Good morning. Welcome to day 158, Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. So I just went outside. It was a bit rainy and overcast. I didn't bring the camera or the video iPhone because I was downloading offline maps for the Glacier Peak Wilderness fire detour that I'm going to be doing about 100 or so miles from here. So I wanted to download all the offline maps. It's been pretty well researched and thought out now, so it shouldn't be too bad. The only thing that would make it challenging and or difficult and or delayed is if there's a lot of rain before I have to cross one of the rivers. Apparently it can get pretty nasty after a significant rainfall. Other than that, there's another cool aspect called the Spider Glacier, which sadly isn't much of a glacier anymore. But I guess there's an old trail that really no longer exists and gets kind of sketchy. So there's been some people talking about taking another way to get down. So they're the only two minor things, except the typical trail doesn't get a whole lot of use. Some of it, a lot of bushwhacking, a lot of overgrowth. We're used to all that stuff. So I didn't feel like going to the restaurant today, but there is a coffee shop. I can microwave some burritos while I'm kind of getting packed, make some more coffee, and hopefully I'll be hitting the road. The rain is supposed to stop. It'll just be overcast the rest of the day. So I'm planning on getting out of here around 9 or so. See you on the trail. All right, we're leaving a little bit after 9. A little bit of rain coming down, so let's test out this rain backpack cover. See how it goes. I don't think it's going to be any kind of heavy rain, but it's coming down enough where it'll wet things, and we'll probably be going through a lot of wet brush. All right, it's about 10 o'clock. We've been steadily climbing from the pass. Took off the rain jacket. Surprising amount of day hikers out. Maybe there's some point or something, but the weather's not great, and surprised to see day hikers, so interesting. We're definitely not above the clouds, so maybe we will get there at some point. We'll see. All right, we're climbing into a new wilderness. Let's go. So it's about 10:30, and I just realized that we're kind of have lost the sound of the interstate traffic, which is reminding me, speaking of interstates, Sarah has left the home in New Hampshire today on her way to get me. Her first stop is to stay with a friend in Minneapolis. So Sarah's on the road and slowly making her way out west. Pretty cool. Another milestone as we continue the climb. 2,400 continuous miles on the Pacific Crest Trail. Wow. All right, we're passing by Ridge Lake in the clouds, like a super light drizzle coming down. Pretty nice view above Ridge Lake. It's kind of sometimes just drizzling enough to put on the rain shell. So I put the rain cover back on the pack just because it kind of it's almost drizzling hard enough where it might get the pack drippy. So I'll probably just leave it on the rest of the day. the climb continues. We had a respite for a little bit, going back into the clouds. Just north of Ridge Lake, we're getting a nice look at Alaska Lake. Very rocky trail. All right, it's a little after 3. We're climbing back up into the fog and the light rain. Gonna go for another like 3.5 miles to an established campsite where there should be water there as well. So going a little bit later today, but slept in till 5:30, so I can go a little later today. I've seen a lot of southbounders, but I believe they're all just section hiking, but quite a few of them, so interesting. All right, we just got hit with a decent spot of rain as we were climbing up. Looks like maybe we're going down now. It also was a bit windy, definitely chilly conditions with the wind, but for now the rain has stopped. We got about 2.5 miles to camp, so onward we march. Very rocky trail, slows things down a bit, and very slippy because of the condensation. All right, so we're camped up there, up in that grove of trees. Had to come down this wet embankment. There's a couple of puddles here, but a little further down, there's a bigger puddle. So we'll just get water there. It's about 5:30. No real sun today. Getting a little cold since I haven't been moving. So looking forward to getting in the tent. And I think getting some hot chocolate and some soup going. And then we got pizza, so I probably got to stop recording. I got to watch my footing here. See you back in the tent. All right, recap time. Yeah, you can see I have some layers on today. It's been a while. There, a light rain just started falling on the tent. I've got hot chocolate, amazing. Nothing better after a long, rainy, wet, in the 50s kind of day. It's 54 degrees in the tent right now. So, yeah, I noticed in the weather forecast, like, it was only going to be a 10-degree temperature change throughout the next few days. Where it's going to get down to, like, the low 40s and then only get as high as, like, the low 50s. So, back to more normal fall weather. Just hopefully we get some less rainy days. We'll see. So yeah, it ended up being a good day. Did a little over 14 miles. So I'm always happy with anything over, always happy with 10 on a first day out. And 14 is pretty good. So I did push a little further today than I probably normally would, especially with the rain. But there just wasn't anything. This spot's a little sheltered. You saw like the grove of trees, so it does help a little bit with that. There's no one else here, at least right now. First day really using the backpack rain cover, and I got to give it a thumbs up. It's so nice not throwing a wet, drippy pack into the tent. Kept my camp chair dry. So, yeah, especially when it's going to be consistent rain, I think it definitely has a place. So I'm glad I asked Sarah to ship it out to me. Other than that, going to have some soup. It's in the bag right now, doing its thing. I'll finish editing this video. It's already kind of later. It's like 6:30, so I'm like a little behind. But I think I'll be up a little later tonight because I did sleep in. So I'm not like, there's a lot of days when I hop in the tent and by like 7 o'clock, I'm already fighting to stay awake another half hour to an hour. I feel like today, I'll easily stay up till 8, probably stay up a little later, but I'll have the alarm set for 4:30 so we can get back on track. Did not, I saw one northbounder who she passed me, and then I think I passed her at one of the lakes, and I haven't seen her, but I'm like, this site is like pretty far away from the trail, so she could have passed on by. I never would have heard her or seen her. Other than that, a lot of day hikers. Going to check out that first lake. I forget the name of it. Oh, Ridge Lake. Going to check out Ridge Lake. And then surprisingly, a lot of southbounders. No through hikers, but section hikers and backpackers. A lot of southbounders out and about today. So that was kind of interesting. A lot of big climbs. Yeah, I stayed relatively dry throughout the day, which was nice. No real heavy downpour, but lots of light drizzle. And then every once or twice it like picked up a bit more. And there was one section where the wind really picked up, and that's when it was really feeling kind of chilly. So that is it for today. We'll see you in the morning for another day on the trail.
Good morning. It's about 8:30. I just dropped off Brian's last resupply boxes at the post office, and now I am in the car, packed and ready to go. I have my snacks, breakfast. Thankfully, Brian had some spoons in the car, so I'm all set on that. But yeah, so we're ready to go. It should take me probably just over 7 hours to get to Buffalo, and I'll do some stops and that sort of stuff on the way. So off we go. Good evening. It's about 7:30, I want to say, and I made it to my hotel in Buffalo. I stopped at Chipotle and grabbed dinner and had that and just relaxed. Overall, it was a good day on the road, not too much traffic. And so hopefully it'll be more of the same for tomorrow. And yeah, so not that exciting, but made it safe and ready for a good night's sleep.